The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of the Half and Half podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Walker, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
We're in Ready Player One.
Oh my god, we're in the Oasis. Here we are. Oh my god, there's
Yes.
Link from Legend of Zelda. We got Mario. Oh wait, no.
He was not in the movie. That is
Mario was
bullshit.
not in the movie, no. So we got
That's all the review you need. We're already done. Mario wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, it's a 2. Yeah, exactly. It's a 1 out of 5. All right. All right, but yeah, we got our friend Mr. Sheep.
It is I, the hype sheep,
hype
as I go
sheep,
by
yeah.
nowadays. If you call me son, I will leave the podcast. This is not a joke.
You called yourself son.
Fuck!
So yeah, no. Today we're talking about the new film adaptation of Ernest Cline's book Ready Player One.
Who is Ernest Cline? Why should I care?
He's just an author who made really like a fan fiction. No, wait, no, not really a fan fiction. Not really. There's actually like a decent fan fiction of Ready Player One by the guy who did The Martian, and I actually like that a lot.
Oh, two fucking hacks make two good bad movies.
The Martian is good.
The Martian is good. The book's fucking fantastic, and the movie is
yeah.
fun.
Martian is boring.
You're just saying that because like you thought to yourself like, okay, what if I was on Mars? I'd just fucking kill myself.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't just like fucking prolong shit and just start farming and wait for 5 years.
Like
Stupid.
even before anything goes wrong, he kills himself as soon as he gets there because he's bored.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, we're talking about Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. This is a film, certainly is. Okay, so what history do you guys have with Ready Player One in general? Because this has been a very polarizing film up to this point.
Son, have you read the book?
I started listening to the audio version of the book, and I got annoyed with Will Wheaton's voice.
That's understandable, but I don't know.
But before like the movie trailer came out and everything like that, I did not know that this existed at all, and I had like no fucking like view of like the book or anything.
I've known of the book, and I've been suggested by many people within school, and even my mom. They were just like, you should read this book. It is about video games. I looked at the title, and I saw fucking Pac-Man, and I put it back down. I don't want to see that.
Pac-Man? What's wrong with Pac-Man? Just because Pac-Man was on the cover of the book, like in just the symbol? Like it's not even like just like actual Pac-Man. It's more like just the shape.
I saw like a Pac-Man, and I was like, this is gonna be some like lame shit. I didn't want to go through it. It's like a YA novel. It's kind of like, it reminded me of Hunger Games. It's like Hunger Games, but fucking video games. That's why I didn't pick it up, because it just reminded me of Hunger Games in some way, because it's like a YA novel. And also, my mom has like shitty taste in like literature. I'm calling you out now, Mom.
Oh no!
Fuck you and your
Mom.
books.
Oh god!
Dude, this is gonna come out on Mother's Day.
It's most likely not, seeing as how that's a month away.
Yeah. It's alright, guys.
A few years ago, I tried to read the book. I got pretty far in it, like halfway, and I enjoyed it. But for whatever reason, I just stopped. And so I saw the movie coming out, and I think I was the only one in our friend group that was actually like at least vaguely optimistic for it.
No, we were all of us were coming in. We are just like, this is gonna be so fucking cringy.
I will admit, I thought I didn't like the first couple of trailers, and I thought that
I didn't mind the first one.
I thought like the Iron Giant stuff and like I thought the marketing campaign was really annoying for it, and I thought like the whole
I can kind of understand that, but really I don't let that affect my view of a movie.
And that's what
because you don't watch the
and
trailers.
That's what I'm starting to realize now, that maybe you should start avoiding certain things.
Oh
from, like,
yeah, fucking internet culture is a disease for that. Internet hype is a disease for fucking movies. It's like bacteria. Like sometimes you'll need it, but most of the time it'll kill you in terms of that.
But I thought I was thinking it was gonna be okay.
Yeah, I thought it was the.
I was kind of excited going into it.
And then recently I read the book and I really liked it. So. It wasn't amazing. The book isn't amazing. I actually did enjoy it.
All right. We don't need to go through anymore. Ty Sheridan, stop fucking acting. You
don't
fucking
act
suck. You are garbage. Like, he is actually trash.
He's not very good.
No, not only is he like milquetoast, he's fucking just like boring. He just has like a really boring expression. I don't know like why Steven Spielberg like directed him that way, if that's the problem. Like, he doesn't do anything that's like, oh, I'm a main character. He's just like a Mary Sue. Is he like that in the book? He's kind of
like that in the book, but they kind of do that better. Where it's like, okay, I'm actually like a geek and I fucking train for this shit because I want to win the contest.
Like, you can kind of recognize that they tried to do that in the movie, but
The movie,
do a really
it's
good
not
job.
handled at all because like this fucker doesn't have any emotions even when his aunt dies.
But fucking, can we talk about the worst line in the movie? You killed my mom's sister.
You killed my mom's sister.
I don't get why he can't just say you killed my aunt. It's so fucking bizarre.
It's like I remember like in one of the Star Trek movies, like they were trying to they were running away from like a big explosion. Some little kid's like dad dies. Like he's like father. You can't fucking say dad. You can't. You got to say every single syllable of that.
Oh, it reminds me of that fucking infamous like Persona 4 meme where like you meet up with like your uncle or something. It's like, oh, so you're my sister's younger brother or something.
Like
I forget what that one how it goes, but it's just so stupid.
It's like Boruto's dad. Like, you can't refer to him just to who he is. You have to add all these fucking like unnecessary like syllables to it. I thought like the main character could have done a lot better if they would have just added a couple more like world building stuff.
Oh
like,
shit,
you know,
yeah.
He was just like he's been training for this and like he really cares about the dude.
Yeah.
But instead he just comes off as like, I'm poor. I don't want to be poor anymore.
It's also another thing. Those fucking guys are just like, you made me lose the game. Now we're gonna lose the house. It's like you're homeless.
You're
talking
fucking
about?
on welfare. You fucking live in a slum, like on just the fucking, yeah.
So like, is the world? I was very confused by this. So is the world just because of the Oasis? People just stopped giving a shit.
No.
That's why their environment's like
The
that?
world's just kind of shitty, and the Oasis is just kind of people to escape in. It's not like the Oasis caused all that.
What happened to the world?
No, it's just like
Like,
shitty,
there's
like fucking resources. It's like
Yeah.
we use all our fossil fuels and shit like that, or most of it.
Yeah, that's what I was just like. Oh, the world's like dystopian. It's like, oh, this is a good game, and like you're not gonna bring up that aspect anymore. Like the world's just kind of like fucked.
But now we have Olivia Cook. She was the love interest, Artemis.
I relate to that character a lot. I had a certain scar like that myself.
A fucking birthmark? It was a birthmark.
No, it wasn't a birthmark. It was a fucking thing I inflicted onto myself.
God damn it! You guys, you fucking rub ice and salt on your arm.
No, what happened was I was on like a yoga ball when I was like in kindergarten, and I was like, I'm gonna go jump on the ball, yeah. And I was like rolling onto it, and I rolled over onto the pavement, and
God damn.
I cut my face up in like almost kind of like the same way. It faded over time, but like I had that sort of like, I'm ugly, I got a thing on my face.
The whole point is that they have to go into this thing called the Oasis because the world is kind of shitty, so they just do this and so they can get jobs. Anyone can do it. It's free. Anyone can get it. And
Yeah.
all types of people can do it. Rich, poor, doesn't matter. So and then the creator, fucking James Halliday, he dies and he creates this contest where people can win his winnings of multiple $1 trillion.
Can I just say how unbelievable the first key is though, in figuring that one out?
Yeah, that was dumb. Okay. So the first challenge, which is it's just dumb. And by the way, this takes place like 5 years after his death, and no one fucking like figured out how to win a race. I don't know how that's possible.
I can't believe one person didn't decide to go in reverse.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the clue. It's
Fuck
like
it.
pointed out so obviously. He says it in like a flashback.
People would figure that out in like the first
2
month.
seconds.
No one does that. No one like plays Mario Kart and goes backwards.
But then they don't talk about hacking. At
Like they
all
don't,
in the
they don't do
movie.
that. Like in the book, they like make it like I'm gonna keep like that's probably gonna be my thing throughout the whole movie. I'm just gonna fucking like talk about how the book was actually done decently. Fucking just in the book is just like he has to go to school, like public school in the fucking Oasis, and he just like stumbles upon like this thing in the woods. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons like lair, and he has to fight like this Lich King. He's like, we were going to joust. Oh really? Where are the horses? No, with birds. And they fucking like duel in like the arcade cabinet of Joust. It's fucking
actually
goofy.
cool.
It's cool. I actually like that. And this is just like a fucking like action set piece race, like fucking like not like a realistic Mario Kart.
It was cool, but like you said earlier, there's like the lack of music makes it like really awkward.
Yeah, there's no music in this sprawling action scene. Like at the beginning of the movie, there's just like the first like major action scene. It doesn't have music, and it's not like it's like silent for like a minute. Like like something badass is happening. We gotta be quiet. Like no, it's just these people. It just feels weird. It's like if you like go into the settings of like a video game, you just turned off the music for like or like you're a Let's Player and you just do that.
Dude, I don't imagine like watching like a Fast and the Furious movie and there's like a big race and there's no like there's all you hear is just sound effects and just like crashing.
Vin Diesel fucking grunting every 20 seconds.
We're the family.
The music in general isn't that good though. Like that kind of bothered me. Like I was either expecting like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing or like they have a bunch of like sampled music.
I was expecting that too. There were a couple like that, but I was expecting
like
more of like that sort of like 80s, especially since that's what the whole basis of the story is.
But then like they have like 3 or 4 songs they get are okay, but then they don't fucking like have any like background music that's really good either. Like they don't have any like I was kind of expecting like a synth kind of soundtrack to match like the 80s, but never really went anywhere with it. It's just your basic like orchestral Steven Spielberg soundtrack.
Yeah, he gets the key, the copper key. He meets the love interest girl Artemis. They go to like this club. I guess it looks nice. There's a bunch of like cameos by other video game people there, like Harley Quinn.
You saw Tracer.
Yeah, Tracer's there. Harley Quinn.
She's everywhere. She's
in the movie. Yeah.
She's the only recognizable Overwatch character. There's no fucking like.
Well, because like Tracer's like the face of Overwatch, isn't she?
I mean, I guess
she's essentially the face of Overwatch.
I don't know.
She's on the cover. She's like the only fucking one on the cover.
That is like the harsh thing that we can get into. Well, I'll save this for the final battle, but
you can do it now. I mean, like talk about like final battle. Just like talk about like how you thought about the dispersing of like pop culture like icons.
Well, it's a very harsh mixture because like the writing has a huge disconnect with like the references to like what the movie has. Like the writing and the storyline are focused like, basically completely on the 80s and 90s. Like there's nothing that's like
in the book it's just focused on that. Like in the book they don't mention like Master Chief and fucking like things like that.
But then like in the movie like they're constantly like in the movie's background they're constantly
Borderlands
like,
and fucking Halo.
It's out of place seeing all of them because like they don't the disparity between like 80s and like even like 70s like media is so like there's such a large gap like between like now because like they'll pick some but they're very like these popular ones that are kind of obvious but there's not that many. There's like probably like 10 modern characters.
Yeah,
they have Halo, they got Tracer, they got
Harley
Borderlands
Quinn.
guy, Harley Quinn, I guess, and
the fucking whole Joker and Harley Quinn were there.
Yeah, like there's only like 5 modern characters. The only other ones they had like the ugly Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the fucking the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles showed up at like the final battle.
That pissed me off.
Anyways, let's talk about how bad the dance club was.
Okay. It was like aesthetically, it looks cool. Like they're dancing, and like for some reason the guy. Yeah, the reference, like any like references go over your head or something like that. Like, did you ever like have that? Where like, well, what 80s shit are they talking about now? I don't get it.
I had a couple of that, like when he's like referencing what outfit to choose.
Fucking,
like,
but I know what no one. You guys don't know what the fuck Buckaroo Banzai is. I got that and laughed my ass off.
I don't. No, I didn't get it.
I didn't know
Buckaroo Banzai is like it's kind of a shit movie, but it's like a cult classic. So it's just about this guy who just fucking like goes through like time and space and like other dimensions and shit. No one is like it's like an American Doctor Who, but like they had one movie and that's it. I don't know why the fuck anyone would get that aside from me. They dance and for some reason this girl that he met for literally like not even a day, he's like I love you, and she's like what?
Reminds me of the fucking like Patrick SpongeBob, like
fucking yeah.
I love you. Fucking slams the door.
Basically,
it's a very I guess word you would say is cringy. I guess
just like, it is cringeworthy. Like it's just better like that word is.
Oh my god!
It's like meeting a girl in an online game and just going like,
I love you.
Will you be my girlfriend?
You meet a girl in like a strip club in GTA 5. Fucking I love you.
This basically is just GTA 5.
Off topic, but I remember there was a glitch like when like you're in the strip club and like you're talking and then like you have a girl in the room by yourself, like you're not supposed to be able to like hear the other.
Oh no,
talking.
that's not a glitch. That's like a thing. Like the mic, if you have your mic on in the fucking strip club, you can talk and like talk like, oh baby, you got a nice ass. The whole like server can hear you.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
So just imagine that in this game. Just fucking like and there's sex in the Oasis too, so fucking just imagine like fucking have like all comms on.
Child porn.
Yeah,
in the
no.
Oasis.
In the book that was done better because like they knew each other for half a year at that point, and it's just like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Like, you're in falling in love with this person you never met before. But, like, you have like a basis. He actually got to like hang out with her and get to know her at least better, not know her for 2 seconds like in the movie.
I love you so much.
Yeah, that was really bad.
It
Yeah,
was
the fucking,
really bad.
and then because the main character Parzival, the white kid, the we talked about, he got the key, and so the big bad organization called IOI, they find him. They're like, oh man, you won. You're like the big shit now. We're gonna like you can work for us, and we can pay you $1 million. You don't have to live in the slums anymore. It's like, oh, I don't need that. Like, no, fuck you, because he's like a angsty teen. It's like, no. And he's like, oh, wait, we know who you are, though. It's like, you're not supposed to know that. And so they like, oh, we're going to blow you up. It's like, no, wait, no, I'm not even there. And they do it anyway. And
the cops arrest him at the end.
At the end,
so...
yes. But, like, the reason they didn't, the reason, like, he didn't, like, tell anyone that was because, like, they live in the slums, so, like, no one would believe him. So people would think, like, they live in, like, a really, really shitty part of town. So, like, people thought it was, like, a drug bust or something. Like someone, like a meth, like, explosion or some shit.
Oh,
But like, okay, did no one else see the drones though?
Yeah, that was fucking awful.
Yeah, it's like
I hate in the book that was done better because it's just like, yeah, we did that. It didn't like show like, I felt like drones put this shit in my house. Like, no, they fucking like blatantly show it. They do it in like broad daylight, which is the worst part.
Yeah, wouldn't like a bunch of the poor
around
people?
and they're loud.
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Like, no one noticed that. No one, not even like the people who live inside the buildings.
What did they also be like? Maybe they just exploded into pieces and you can't like recognize them. But you know, maybe there could have been like some debris from that. And also, you got like 100. There's like a bunch of people, like 100, like maybe 1,000 people living in those slums.
Yeah.
If they're all saying that, their stories are very consistent. So something bad happened, and it wasn't a fucking drug thing.
No,
They said fucking drones. Poor people don't have drones.
No, I mean that's the thing. Like they didn't see the drones. It would have made more sense if they did it at nighttime and like fucking like snuck them there. But they did in broad daylight with like helicopter drones.
It was just fucking stupid.
That was dumb. No.
And
then I'm saying this as a person who didn't hate this movie, and I'm realizing there's like a bunch of dumb shit in it.
Completely.
Yeah, fucking. But yeah, after that, they have this little band together because his aunt got killed, and he meets the girl that he said he fell in love with in real life, Artemis, and it turns out she has like this freedom fighter ring, like again, like there's rebellion against like the company.
It doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't matter at all. No.
She's young, yeah, and her fight is versus microtransactions.
Yeah, essentially. Yes, that's the whole big thing. Like the corporation wants to win the company because wants to win the game, so they can like buy the company, and
we will not have microtransactions. Let's run, Tracer.
And yeah, and they'll fucking like they'll add like a subscription to it, so you have to pay to play this free like application. Which I mean,
no microtransactions.
Exactly, and they'll put like ads.
Onward
and shit
into battle.
Yeah.
Go, Tracer, fight for us.
Yeah. But yeah, so and then they have this little freedom. Yeah, they have this little group together. They start a little rebellion. Him, his other friend H, which is like what's her name?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm drawing blanks.
Are we talking about? We're talking about the black chick.
Yes.
Oh, I thought her character was a Ninja Turtle. I don't know. Her character was
Shut
really
up,
ugly.
you fucking asshole.
No, not her. Talking about her character. That was a joke.
Swear to God, you brought this up 3 times.
Yeah, but Lena Waithe. What you guys think of her? We didn't talk about her in the actors. What do you think of her as an actress?
She was alright. Doesn't really get that much
did a
screen
good
time.
job.
No, she doesn't. I don't mind her. Why she's good in the show Netflix show Master of None. She's actually good. There's a whole like episode based on like her sexuality, and it's actually really well done. That's good.
Is she like?
She's gay, and then they imply it in the book, and they imply it in the movie, but like in the book they like explicitly say that character's gay.
It's a guy in the movie though, right?
No, it's a girl in the movie.
It's a girl.
That's a girl.
Oh.
The black chick's a girl.
No, yeah, no, you're right.
In the book, she just plays a white guy, and in the movie, she plays like a weird like android thing.
Oh yeah, also the side characters like basically all look ugly. Like if you're not like, if they weren't based like on an IP already, they most likely.
You
just look
mean
ugly.
like the actual like players, or do you mean like the actual the actual real life people?
No,
the fucking 2 Asian kids, they're fucking ugly as hell.
Players, the custom characters, the characters. No. The
Turn
custom
more
characters,
and-
like if you weren't based on IP already, like you look probably ugly.
Yeah,
All the mains look ugly. They kept reminding me of Arthur and the Invisibles.
They look kind of weird. Honestly, I wasn't. I think that's why I like the book more. Just like I can picture what they look like in my head. Just like yeah, like they don't go into like a descriptor of what they look like in the book. Just like yeah.
He looks kind of bad. What is he based on? He looks like an
He's like an elf.
Like
it's like it's kind of weird. They do look odd, especially the Artemis, the girl. Like her thing looks weird too. Cause she's like
she looks like a fish.
Yeah, it looks her eyes are kind of. I guess it's more acceptable because it's a video game, which is like yeah, it kind of looks weird for like a video game character though.
I don't know. It's whatever. But the second key.
Yeah, the second key. They find out like the James Holiday. He was a real like fucking antisocial geek, and so he couldn't ask this girl out. They go to the Shining world, and there's an actual like challenge hidden there, and so they actually have like a recreation of the hotel in the Shining.
It's a pretty cool scene. I haven't really even seen the Shining. I was like, whoa, they replicate. I've seen that scene in particular. It's like, oh, you replicated that really well.
Yeah, they actually did.
They did.
I was surprised that they went with The Shining because this is like a movie marketed to like 12-year-olds. So
that is really weird. Like movies marketed to 12-year-olds.
I was watching this in a theater with kids in it, so I don't know how they reacted to the fucking like the girl in the bathtub scene. I was really surprised that they fucking did that.
I thought like the challenge itself was dumb, but I did like the scene.
Yeah, it was actually nice looking and like it was actually like fun for the characters.
Yeah.
I hated the third challenge though.
Okay.
I hated the ending of the movie because it pissed me off. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Okay. So, the final battle itself is really pretty cool. I will say. I thought it was pretty cool. There are two major flaws. There's two major flaws though with everything like around it. It felt like the final arc of the movie goes on for way too long.
Oh yeah,
And then also, the final challenge part, like the actual answer to the final challenge, is pretty dumb. And the fact that no one figured it out immediately.
I guess it's another reason, like just the way they adapted the book into the movie. Like you can't like do the challenges from the book, obviously, because like a lot of them are just kind of like one of them was just like reenact the entirety of War Games, like just reenact it. Like that's your challenge. You have to like do that. Like you have to say every single line correctly and do all the actions correctly. That's literally like the first like challenge he has to do.
Yeah, so they can't do that.
They can't do that.
But what was the final challenge in the movie?
In the book, the final challenge was he has to play like a game of Tempest and then reenact fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay, yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
It's better for a film, but I think I like the way that was done in the book more. So.
But like,
dude, I want to fucking shove you in a locker for even telling me that ending. Fuck.
Fucking beat your ass, dude. Fucking, I thought I like I don't know how to explain how I feel about like the final like ending because like I thought like the ending was fitting, but like everything around it was really poor and dumb. Like the final battle when they show that, it's really cool, but like when
it's just weird that no one thought about that. Like, oh, I wonder what the game is for this Easter egg challenge. Is it not the game where the first Easter egg in video games? It would have been more acceptable if it wasn't like 5 years. If it was like, I wouldn't be so mad if it wasn't like, no one's figured out how to go backwards in racing games for 5 years.
No one hit reverse once.
And also, just like no one thought like, what's the answer? Oh, the first Easter egg. I mean, I'm not gonna say like if I was in that situation I'd figure it out either, but like there's probably like some individual who's like so into gaming that they would be able to get like the first one and maybe not the second one, but the third one I bet someone would have already
gotten that.
The movie undoes itself just because like they have these self-proclaimed like people that know everything about Holiday and they're scholars.
Yeah, they're all working for the evil organization, but they can't get this one thing right. So like they actually beat the game Adventure, but they don't find the Easter egg, so they fail it.
Yeah.
I don't like that the fucking last game was Adventure.
I don't mind that. That was like the first thing in the book though. Like the first thing he does is like mention like, yeah, this is the first Easter egg ever.
Fuck Adventure. It should have been E.T.
He has to beat E.T.
Yeah, fucking he has to beat E.T. Well, that would have been funny. That would have been funny actually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like Steven Spielberg. No, it's like
this is my challenge. Beat the worst game ever.
Yes, I thought that was like the thing. It's like it's not always about winning; it's about losing, and it's like him falling down the hole.
I want it to be like he's just sitting there playing the game, and he's like, "Why am I playing this shitty game?" Just fucking having a gun to his
Yeah,
head.
AVGN shows up. He's like, I got you.
Then AVGN shows up. He should have
Why
been in
was
the movie.
AVGN not mentioned once? Fuck this movie, dude.
I didn't even think of that. That was good. For a movie, I didn't mind that because I feel like most people don't really care about the fucking first Easter egg. So it's like, oh, that's a nice little history lesson, I guess.
Oh, dude, perfect. Here, I got it. Like he starts playing Adventure, and then immediately falls to the ice, and it's like he's falling down the hole from ET. Perfect.
It's the challenge. Like they even like the company can't see what like they're doing. It's like, what are you doing in there? Why are you still playing? I thought you died. No, we just keep falling in this hole. ET keeps eating us.
Yeah, you have to fight ET.
Yeah.
Then like the final key, when he beats the game, and he finally like his finger starts glowing, and he puts it at like the computers at the TV screen. It's like you.
But yeah, the whole final battle is just like, you know, all the references come in. We got the Iron Giant. He finally shows up.
We got fucking Master Chief.
Fucking Master Chief, Tracer, fucking Chucky.
I saw Sonic. Sonic was
there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everyone was there.
Like literally everything you could get.
Everyone you can get aside from Nintendo and Star Wars shit.
Except for why not Star? Oh wait, who? Oh, Disney.
Yeah, this is like side topic, but I thought it was really interesting, and I wish like there would be like a side story that was of the Oasis, but I thought the artifact
the artifacts that are
really
in
interesting.
the book were cool, and like
it's really interesting.
Yeah, just like. In the book, they in the movie they have like Gundam at the end, like, oh man, Gundam, he's like the big giant robot. In the book it was Ultraman. They had they used the fucking capsule to like become Ultraman.
Yeah.
And then
Gundam's cooler.
Yeah. But then in they didn't have they mentioned Iron Giant in the book, but in like in the book they used like the actual like fucking Sapuda Man, like the fucking Japanese Spider-Man's giant mech instead of.
That's cool.
That is cool.
They should make like a Rogue One.
Oh yeah, fucking and the villains like have all the good like robots. They have Optimus Prime and the fucking Evangelion robots.
Damn. Does the Evangelion robot like eat fucking?
Wait a minute, that's not even 80s. What the fuck?
So wait, it's like pop culture shit. Because like they even mentioned like the in the movie they fucking like the Japanese guys, they ride the bebop. That's in the movie.
I want like one of the challenges to be they have to make one of their own Evangelion meme intros.
You have to beat the end of Eva. That's the
yeah,
challenge.
You have to start the. You have to start the.
You have to start off. You have to start. The first thing you do is you have to come on Asuka.
Yeah, you just gotta find like some. You just gotta go to like some cancer patient's like little girl's room and just come in and just, like see it.
You have to look down in your hand and be like, I'm so fucked up.
What? I was just like, it would be really funny. I always thought it'd be really funny if someone like reanimated it and like Shinji's doing that and Asuka's just like looking at him like, what are you doing? Ew.
Fucking creep. Anyways,
yeah, they fucking.
Good. I thought like just like I said, the ending went on for way too long. Like the car chase was unnecessary.
Yeah, and then at the end, the villain used like the big super weapon to destroy the entire thing, kill all the players, including themselves.
No.
Yeah, but then it turns and you go back and like it turns out like Simon Pegg was just a random like NPC. He just pretended to be an NPC and gave the main character a quarter, which happened to be extra life.
It's pretty.
Just for getting like one thing right.
Yeah.
Like a bet.
Wait, are those like
what?
Are those coins like is it just because he's like an admin or something?
It's basically
like,
because of that. In the book, it was just like the main character went to a pizza parlor to find like another clue on the key. He didn't find it, so he was looking for like Pac-Man because he noticed this like coin that just like was like cemented to the board. And so the challenge was he had to like beat Pac-Man like with like 3 million points, just like the highest thing you can get to. He did, and it's like, oh, I did it. Where's the key? He didn't get it at all. So he's like, oh, I got this fucking quarter. Oh, it's boring. And then it actually like was actually like done well at the end, which is like you got an extra life after everyone died. Because like it was like immediately like in the beginning of the book, like not in the beginning, like halfway through the book, it's like this little thing that like didn't matter, but like now it does.
I thought like when he opens the door and like he has to sign the thing, I thought that was lame. He's like, but no, this is the worst moment of his life. Like when he signed his stocks away.
I didn't mind that.
I think I wouldn't mind it more if it was like, I don't know, I just could have done without it. I suppose I should.
I guess they wanted to focus more on like the actual like things with the with the creator, because the book that was kind of like limited to that. Like the Simon Pegg's character, he doesn't really show up that much.
Oh yeah, we never really talked about the creator.
What do you think of him, Mars?
I thought he was like autistic.
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to.
He has like Asperger's.
Oh, thank God.
You thought he was just dumb?
You thought he was
No,
just a fucking idiot.
No, I just thought he was just like, what is wrong with you?
What the fuck? You just walk up to him and say that? Like, what's wrong
No,
with
he's
you,
just
dude?
like he's like just acting really weird. It's just like, wait a minute, I haven't read the book. Is he supposed to be autistic?
In the book he doesn't act like that, but yeah, they mention like he has Asperger's, or they think he has Asperger's. They don't really know.
He's
like
weird
antisocial,
behavior.
but like the book is kind of.
I thought it went so amazing if he just actually, like, when they're in, like, the room and, like, he gets knocked over, if he just accidentally hit the button.
Yeah.
Just, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
It's like,
Well,
well,
I guess now we have even more problems. I mean, yeah, he wins the Oasis, the main character. He wins it. He owns it now because he won the challenge. The cop, like the main corporate guy, he gets arrested because he had a gun. It was dumb.
Yeah, he was pointing guns at 11-year-olds.
He was pointing. Basically, he was just like.
Yeah.
So like he was like surrounded by like 18 people, like 30
That
people.
pissed me off so much.
He's
He
like,
was
I got a
surrounded by,
gun.
like,
Okay, fucking,
so
you show a
many
gun, you
people.
fucking like 18 people are gonna tackle you.
Yeah, like, one person didn't, like, just think, like, fucking swipe it away from him. Fucking
yeah.
beat the
You
shit
get
out
this
of
like,
him.
some of them are like behind him, so they
You
can
fucking
like, punch him in the
exactly.
back of the
Sweep his
head.
legs or some shit.
It was so stupid.
I don't know.
Like, that actually pissed me off. Like, it
Yeah.
was just, like, sitting there, like, what the fuck's happening here?
I don't know.
Just start. This is what you do to get behind him and start choking him and start biting his ears.
I don't know.
Biting his ears.
Uh,
like fucking Mike
we've said,
Tyson.
we talked about like all the dumb like flaws of this movie. What were some shit you actually liked about it?
Like I said, I thought the artifacts were cool.
Yeah.
There's a Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Fucking Minecraft
Water's
Steve.
out.
Minecraft was like the first thing you see when you go into the Oasis. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You have to go through.
Fucking,
you have to
I want
build
like
it.
I want like a meme of like just like the beginning, just like him putting on the goggles, like we gotta go to the Oasis. It's just like a Minecraft world.
You have to build a house to prove you're ready for Oasis.
Gotta go to the Oasis.
Yeah, that was weird.
I had
don't
the
know why the fuck
mind
they
for
show
this
Minecraft first.
That was, like that's the Oasis, it's just Minecraft.
It would have been cool if you just saw like Steve on the
Oh
battlefield.
yeah, he's on the battlefield with
just,
like a pickaxe.
yeah.
That's just when another Minecraft character walks up. He's like, "You fucking idiot! You're supposed to use your
I think
sword."
that's another thing. Just like the book wasn't like that, where it's just like, oh man, I can't believe it, fucking Captain Planet's fighting like Gundam right here.
It sounded like, the way I phrased it. Like, how does this like? There's this big battle. How did like
They don't
this
describe.
in the
It's
book?
not
I
like
thought it was
describing like
stupid.
oh shit. Like yeah, like they describe like a couple like pop culture icons. Like just like it's not like oh man, fucking like it was crazy. Fucking like Sylveon,
Mario.
and fucking Mario and Pikachu. They were all fighting together against
They
Sonic.
killed
Against Sonic. Yeah. Like a giant mech
Sonic.
Sonic. Like it wasn't like that in the book. It was actually like they handled that pretty well. There's a bunch of
Said
shit
it-
like
it-
that. Where it's just like in the like he goes to like the fucking Blade Runner place. He has to fight a bunch of replicants and like do like the test and like in Blade Runner. And, like that's one
That
of like, the
would've been
things he has to
cool.
do.
Fucking, I want like instead of fucking like the final battle to fight Mecha Godzilla, I want fucking Dr. Eggman. They have to fight giant robot Dr. Eggman.
We could have had this motherfucker. We missed the opportunity. We already had this battle, but we could have had like another one of like Peter Griffin versus Homer.
Yes.
Oh, why weren't
Yes.
either one of them in the movie? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Peter Griffin should have been in the movie too.
They like last second edited fucking Peter Griffin.
Yeah,
so
it's
they
the
could do the shipping the
it's the
following
same sprites from the fucking YouTube videos.
year. Yeah, like he runs out of like the portal.
Yeah,
when he first enter the
someone's
Oasis,
gonna
like,
do an edit of that. Someone like when the movie comes out on Blu-ray or something, get the scene of like all the characters running towards the fucking shield and like edit in like Peter Griffin and like Homer Simpson, the fucking sprites. Someone's gonna do that fucking, or just do like the Mario shit for like the Hotel Mario, like walking to a gate or some shit.
I love like all these like really bad re-edits. Like there's like some that are like offensive and like some that are dumb. Like there's gonna be a re-edit of this like Ready Player One, but with Mario. It's just the same movie, but Mario's in it for like 2 seconds.
No,
It's like,
The worst
guys,
one is like
look.
the worst recut is just like the Force Awakens or just like Rogue One with no women.
Oh yeah, remember that? Fucking no women. Like there's no.
No wait, no, it's the fucking
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi,
Last
no,
Jedi with
no
no
women.
That's so good.
I'm just imagining fucking. Yeah, it's good.
The only cut you need.
Anyways, Ready Player One was an okay movie.
Yeah, it was actually alright. I know this.
Yeah.
I know we said like a lot of dumb things happen in it, and it's true. It's like, yeah, it's pretty okay. It's not the worst thing ever, like people thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Fucking like what?
It really did rape my childhood, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like the movie, but the only thing that really I just didn't really like is that don't really resonate with a lot of like the characters, because like there's an appeal of it of just being like, I saw that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the thing I liked. I mean, it's not wholly like, even if they took it out, it'd be like an average movie, and that's all I can really say about it. It's just like an average movie.
Yeah,
it's like an average Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
It's not a classic Steven
it's definitely
Spielberg movie.
not.
It's a classic.
There's like something. It's not like a good like a bad thing like AI or some shit like that, or like something like oh god, it's the worst thing ever. It's not gonna be like a list like the worst like movies ever.
Yeah.
It's like people thought it was gonna be the worst, and it's
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie, Steven Spielberg seemed like he phoned this one in, to be honest.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like he can't really do much of like the CGI shit, so he's kind of like doing more of like the live action stuff. So kind of that's why I felt kind of schmaltzy.
No.
I mean, yeah.
No.
I
He
mean,
phones like literally anything past like the 1990s in.
yeah.
What if he put like was Indiana Jones in this? What if they put like Shia LaBeouf's like old
Indiana
old
Jones was
Indiana
not
in this
in
one?
Oh.
Why not?
No, it just wasn't. He probably wasn't in the background or some shit. They had like Freddy Krueger and like Duke Nukem.
There's a lot of that's the only reason I buy it on Blu-ray, just to like explore like who was in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, they actually did like a decent like job at that, at least vaguely. Like there wasn't like
Yeah.
it wasn't like in your face like, oh my god, look, it's this guy.
Like there was never a scene like where luckily they never said like look, it's blank.
The only time
there
I
was
like
never
felt that was just like at the end, like in the beginning, like he gets all he's like buying all the shit. You see like Tracer and like Borderlands shit like that. But that's about it though.
Yeah. Other than
Tracer
that,
from Overwatch. My favorite part, and I told you guys that one. This is like where he just calls his uncle like a stepdad like a noob. That's the only like,
he fucking
real
gets slapped in
cringe
the
moment.
face.
What did you call me?
Yeah, he's talking to like a shitty like step uncle, and he's like he fucking calls him a noob and gets slapped in the face.
Only certain people can say that, not us.
Yeah, but
Don't beat my kid.
Yeah.
He doesn't know no better.
in the end, like, yeah, he wins the Oasis. He runs it now, and they like the whole thing is that they shut down all the organizations and they close the Oasis from on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because like reality's real, man.
It's real life, bro.
You gotta
To the camera.
do that. Sometimes you just gotta like step outside and take a breath of fresh air and then go back inside.
Yeah, for like a second. Stand outside
Take
for
a
like 1
smoke break.
second.
I don't know. In the book, they like delve into that shit. Like, there's there's a whole part in the book where he's like running away from the law, so he has to like spend like all his time in like a shitty hotel that he bought, and he like gains a lot of weight because he eats nothing but junk food. He's like, oh shit, I can't fit in my suit. Like he can't fit in his suit. It's more like, oh, I gotta like do shit now because I'm probably gonna die if I keep like living like this. So he has to like he starts like the exercise program like it built into the Oasis. It like forces him out of the game and like has to like do shit.
So wait, does everyone in Oasis? Everyone have like these like suits now?
No.
Kids
That's
have
like
it?
that's for like the more like expensive shit.
Oh, so African kids don't have it?
They probably do because it's free.
Oh, they could eat virtual food.
No, but in the whole thing, is like the currency in the game is like also it can be applied to like real shit.
That does sound really bad. Like, there's probably someone really delusional. You know, like how people use sex in like the Oasis. There's just gonna be people that are just like have like eating disorders. Like, I'm eating the Oasis.
The one thing I didn't like about it in the book was just like him. The girl rejects him after knowing him for like a year, even because they never met. So it's just like, oh, it's kind of weird. But like he goes into like a depression. It's kind of like how he mentioned like on the Scott Pilgrim podcast, where if the book follows him for like a decent amount of time, just like moping around, just being depressed. He buys like a fucking sex robot, like not sex robot.
Oh my
He
God.
buys like a sex doll. It's like, yeah, this is God. What am I doing?
God.
And he's like,
Did he ever fuck it?
yeah, he
though?
fucked it. And he's like, you know what? People like talk shit about. People like love like talk about how good like virtual reality is for like sex. It's like it's just masturbation.
I'm just imagining what Maze would do in this like, reality.
Shout out to Maze Jedi.
fucking he plays his fucking Sunset Shimmer.
Holy fuck. I wish that they explored
Oh, they
that.
fucking have
Just,
My
the
Little Pony
porn
characters,
avenues.
just like the fucking escorts.
Yeah. I just wish
Oh,
they like
fuck.
explored that, like the porn aspect of like the Oasis and like how like
Oh, just fucking the
dirty and
dark
full
web
of
of the
degenerates.
Oasis. You have to have sex like with underage characters from video
Degeneracy.
games.
What if like fucking like 4chan like polls like an actual debate between people and like the
Yeah,
White
you have to
House?
sit there and actually debate.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, this film was pretty alright. I'd give it a, like I said, like a 3 out of 5. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. I'd probably
I'd
watch
give
it
it the
again when it
same.
comes on Netflix or something.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into the questions now.
Yeah.
All right, so questions. All right, so you guys can ask us questions, and you could join our Discord, Half and Half Podcast. You go to the channel Questions and Suggestions, and you just say them. We'll probably at you or just at everyone when we want to ask questions for when we're recording. And you can also ask questions on YouTube because we'll read some of them now because we got at least some. From Drowsy, question: what's the best / worst memory you had while watching a cartoon?
The best memory? Just coming home from school, getting on a snow day, and I think Ed and Eddie, there's like new episodes on. It's my best memory. The worst one was like when I got grounded because like I don't know what the fuck was up with my dad this day. He thought I was calling my sister like piece of garbage. Like I don't know what happened. Like we were just like we watched like Shaolin Showdown and just like we're just watching.
Showdown.
We were watching Shaolin Showdown. We really liked it, and like we were at like eating. I remember what we were eating. We were eating spaghetti, and I asked her like, "Can you pass something?" I was like, "Can you?" And she asked me to pass her something. I was like, "Yes, young monk," and we're like giggling to each other. And I was like, my dad's like, "What the fuck you just said?" It's just like, oh, what? It's like, are you calling your sister trash? What? It's like, what? You're calling your sister trash? It's like, no. And then it's like, go upstairs.
Oh, that's
You just said
sad.
your sister didn't say anything?
No, I was like 8.
I don't know how you can get monk to trash.
Yeah, or like
I
I,
don't
guess he
know.
thought you said something like offensive, or like a swear or something. I don't know what you
No.
think.
Or monkey.
No, the only time where
Yeah,
it's like, that was
maybe
somewhat
like that's what he thought he
warranted-
called your sister.
Oh, I thought I calling her a monkey.
Maybe, I guess.
We are black. I don't know. There's like, I don't know why he got so mad. The only one where it's like sort of warranted when like I watched an episode of Billy and Mandy, and there's like a little gerbil character that Billy had. His name was Honky. So I asked like, can I name my pet Honky?
No.
He said like, don't say
Don't
that.
say that. Don't
ever
say that again.
It's not even a curse word even now.
Fucking calling someone honky.
Fucking
they
call a
just
white guy a
laugh.
honky. See,
I don't care.
You
yeah,
will not replace us.
it's just like yeah, it's in the Boondocks, just like the fucking nigga moment. Just like he's talking about like, it's like you get like he's like this black guy like ganging up on this white guy. He's like, wait a minute, I'm white. Alright.
He just carries on with his day.
Best moment? I just liked. Yeah, I just liked watching cartoons with my mom, and then when we lived in the city, she was a big fan of fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, so we used to watch that
Oh
together.
yeah.
It was fun.
I watched that with my dad too. Those were
Yeah,
cool-
no, my
cool
father
moments.
also loved
Oh,
it. I remember I watched the finale twice with both parents, so it was always good.
I remember watching that at like a friend's house. Like I don't know why. Like I just like fucked off from like where my friend was. He was just in another room, and I was just watching like Avatar the finale in like someone else's room by myself.
Worst moment? I don't know what like worst, but like I remember it's kind of a similar thing to Mars, but like not really, but like I remember I was like I used to watch a bunch of adult shows like Family Guy and shit when I was like a really little kid. And fucking Chico and Guapo came out. I used to fucking like watch all that MTV shit. And fucking like one of the characters said hell, and I think I copied like a quote what he said. And mom said, "What the fuck did you just say?" She didn't like the fact that I said hell or something. So she got really mad at me.
I think my other worst moment is like tied. Is just like when I watched Family Guy, I thought like I could translate Family Guy into real life by trying to like make like these Family Guy-esque references on like the playground.
What the fuck? You're like, remember that one time we fucked that fucking bitch from Brooklyn?
No, like I'll be like referencing like a celebrity that's like from this '80s property. It's like,
What?
remember when like remember when like Shelley Duvall like ate that gerbil? It goes like, who the hell is Shelley Duvall?
Fucking you should have been born in the generation of Ready Player One, Mars. They would have gotten it.
Yeah. I don't have a worst moment because I've only recently started watching cartoons because I never had cable when I was younger.
Okay.
But a best moment is I was watching Adventure Time recently, and I watched the episode "The More You Know, The Mo You Know," and it was very relatable to me personally. I thought it was a really good episode. I teared up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good episode. I highly recommend it.
That's good.
So you don't have a worst moment, son?
No, I mean I never I don't know. I can name a worst moment when I was watching TV or something, not a cartoon. But I remember one time. Oh well, this is a movie, but we were watching Jackass, and I remember I went outside and tried to do fucking I think it was the bicycle one where they're trying to do the loop-de-loop. I was trying to get throw my bike, my little tricycle over my head, and I almost fucking knocked my brains out. My dad got super fucking pissed.
Wow.
I never, I always watched Jackass, but I never tried to do any of the stunts because it's too much of a bitch to do it.
Yeah, it's why the fuck would you?
I think there was one, I think I saw one, it was so really gross. I think it was Steve-O's trying to fish with his penis.
Oh my god.
I think he put the hook, or the end of a hook into his ball, his foreskin or his balls.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to he throws out the line. I think a fish actually bites it.
It's Steve-O. That's a man.
That dude's cool now.
All right, from Lars Pants on Fars. Any music you've heard recently that you'd like to recommend?
Brockhampton, Childish Gambino.
Open Mike Eagle. Brick City Complex, I think.
There's a rock band, so more electric. Not electric, but there's a band called the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. They're pretty good.
The Fairy Fountain theme from Ocarina of Time is really good. It's not even anything new. Just
listen to video game music. It's good.
Yeah.
Not
all of it,
Don't
but
do it in public.
fucking go on the website Galvadia Hotel. There's a whole archive of video game music there. It's good.
Listen to the Nier Automata soundtrack.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
I ordered that on vinyl.
Nice. Fucking I'm gonna get the Hotline Miami soundtracks on vinyl. That's a good soundtrack. All right. From Lame Yang. What's your favorite cartoon opening?
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack's pretty good.
Ed, Edd n Eddy. Doug. Cause I like the theme song.
You just like that?
Yeah. Doug is such a bland.
It's a very bland show, yeah.
It's a very boring show.
Fucking, I like the Kids Next Door intro.
Kids Next Door intro is really good. Like Billy and Mandy's intro.
Billy and Mandy, like the camp. I'm looking at
Camp
you don't know.
Laszlo.
I'm looking at the 2000s kid edition of
Chowder
cartoon
had a good
intros.
intro.
Chowder, Johnny Bravo.
Johnny
say
Test,
something
the
real quick?
first season of Johnny Test.
Yes.
I've never watched a full episode of Gravity Falls, but I have seen the intro before, and I do like the intro for that too.
It's a nice intro.
I like the intro. I just don't like how animated it is because it's so weird. There's that actual Sakuga moment where Dipper's I gotta turn around and some scary shit, and it's there's so many fucking frames of animation on it. It's so gross. It's actually kind of holy shit, that's weird. Because nothing moves like that in the show, or at least not a lot. But I like that. I actually watched season 1 yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good show. You guys, people.
I've seen a
aren't
few
just
episodes of it. I
overboard.
just haven't had the time to watch the whole series.
It's a cool show. Like Christine
Bob.
Shaw. Oh, I like the DuckTales. DuckTales has a good cartoon opening.
From Kobe D. What's another book you'd like to see adapted, either as a movie or TV series? I'd recommend the Other Wes Moore. It's a good tale. It's about these two guys with the same name. One's really famous, and the other one lives in the streets.
I really like The Man in the High Castle. It had an Amazon TV show that sucked, but I'd like a movie of it.
I'll just keep my answer consistent. Naoki Urasawa's Monster. That I think that started. It had a TV series, but I wanted an actual American one.
I could see that working.
It would be easy. All you gotta do is just you can just get you just have to find a Japanese man put them in the role, and you just fill it with all these white people as much as you want. There's no problems, except for the main
problems at
character.
all.
No. I don't really know any more books because like books are really bad. Bone.
Oh, Bones. I
Do
like
Bone. Do Bone.
Oh, make
it into a
fucking
movie.
make Cerebus the Aardvark. Make that an animated series. That'd be cool. Fucking Preacher's already a thing. I want to see I want to see a boys animated series. That'd be nice. Exactly. All right, so that's basically the Half and Half podcast. We had Sun back here. I'm Sun, sheep, hype sheep.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm working on stuff nowadays. I may or may not work on videos, and I may or may not post pictures of me cross-dressing. So that's
Okay.
something.
You know, we had sheep back here, so that's good. Thank you for coming again. All right, so that was the Half and Half podcast. I'm Glenn Walker with my co-host MarsReviews.
Bye.
All right, thank you for watching. Mars, I'm sorry you don't read.
I don't read because reading is bad. Probably reading a book, it's hard, dude.
Just standing there without pictures. Fucking Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Come on, that's the only good one.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid is the only piece of literature you need.
Obviously.